How's it going, everybody? I'm meteorologist Joey Kregness, and after a few technical difficulties, we're back with your daily forecast. Flooding continuing out west, Southern California getting just a massive amount of rain over the last 48 to 72 hours. And then after that moves through, we should be experiencing some relatively calm weather, maybe a few little rain showers, snow showers for some, but other than that, our severe weather chances over the next several days are pretty on the low end. And then we are looking at our next coming system, which could be impacting some areas of the U.S. as we head into the weekend. Before we get into the weather, we have our International Roofing Expo. We'll be out there at booth 7507 starting today, running through February 8th out at Vegas. So we'll be out there. Come say hi, talk to us, whatever. We'll be around to chat. Current conditions around the country. There's all that rain that I was talking about earlier. Southern California now moving into parts of Arizona, Utah, Nevada, still getting some rain out there. But most of the rest of the country, pretty dry, for the most part cloud-free as well. So nice conditions up ahead for the next few days at least for a good chunk of the country. On the East Coast, cooler conditions as you head up towards the Northeast, but still fairly warm underneath this nice ridge we have in the central U.S. And then on the western part of the country, we have this nice big trough bringing those cooler temperatures and precipitation for areas in the western half of the U.S. In central Oklahoma, conditions looking fairly nice. More seasonable temperatures, still slightly above average. But we're in those mid and upper 50s. Down in Texas, we're looking at mid and upper 50s as well. Could see those temperatures push into the 60s by later on this afternoon. We got 63 in Austin, 62 in San Antonio, so fairly warm down in south central Texas. Then over by Houston, a little bit warmer, 65, might be pushing 70 degrees later on this afternoon out there. And then in the Front Range, a little bit on the cooler side. Warm for them this time of year, but cooler compared to Oklahoma and Texas. We're looking at a few 40s out there, a few 50s as well, and then a little bit colder as you get up into the higher elevations. Good ski weather out there right now. If you're interested in that, they've had a decent amount of snow over the last several days. Nice moderate temperatures for those elevations for this time of year. Future radar showing some good moderate to heavy rain showers moving into parts of Nevada and Arizona, portions of Utah as well. Some snow showers with those with this system as well as you get into those higher elevations. That's going to continue progressing off to the east as we get into this evening and into tomorrow. We could see some of those rain showers start to pop up in the central U.S. as well as that trough begins to kick out over the Rockies. We'll see some rain showers for the central U.S. Then, as we head into tomorrow, we'll see this little band of rain, possibly some thunderstorms with that tomorrow evening for far eastern or far western Oklahoma and Texas, portions of Kansas as well. That's not going to be a super long-lived band of rain, though. It's going to dissipate pretty quickly, weaken as it moves into a less favorable environment. But then up north, this is just a general reflectivity, so it's not going to show a precip type or anything like that. But we do have some snow showers up in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota getting some snow up there as well. But we do have this nice little band of rain for eastern South Dakota, southern Minnesota, and then snow as you get a little bit farther west out there. It should be a little on the windier side as we head into the next few days as well. We'll see this little blob of wind show up as we get into later on this evening. That'll spread throughout the entire central U.S. tomorrow morning. That'll kind of persist as we get into the weekend. As we get closer to the weekend, though, that wind will push farther and farther to the east. The system that we'll be looking at is going to be kind of located in far eastern Oklahoma, portions of Missouri and Arkansas. Could get a little bit of storm activity over this weekend. Looking at our long-range low-res model, we'll see here's all that snow that I was talking about. This system moving out of the western U.S., good chunk of rain for Minnesota and Wisconsin, and then we got a cold front extending all the way down south into the Houston area, bringing with that some light to moderate rain at times. And then we'll see this little band of rain setting up on Friday night in the southeastern U.S. That could get a little bit heavier as we head into Saturday morning, maybe some strong wind gusts out of that. Not expecting it to be much of a hail or tornado threat, but could see some strong and or damaging wind gusts with some of those heavier bands of precipitation, especially along the northern Louisiana, northern Mississippi, and into Tennessee area. We'll see those heavy areas of precipitation and potentially strong winds. And then we get some snow out for the panhandle region of Texas and Oklahoma as we head into Sunday, but it could melt before it hits the ground with how warm it's been recently. So looking at our jet stream, we'll have this low pressure system Wednesday morning, Colorado low, that'll kick off to the northeast, affecting areas of South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, bringing out that snow and rain, snow wrapping around the north side, rain around the eastern and southern side. And then as we head into Friday, we'll be looking at that low pressure system moving off over to the Great Lakes region, bringing some pretty strong wind gusts off the coast of those Great Lakes. And then as we get a little bit farther into the weekend, we'll see this nice trough start to set up over the Rocky Mountains, and that'll kick off this next system as we head into Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. We'll see this nice band of precipitation setting up there right along that jet streak. So getting down south down out west into California, looking at all of this rain that they've had over the last 24 hours. Not much for the central and northern parts of the state. It's mainly been isolated to the southern parts of the state. You see down here, Ontario, California, just to the west of Los Angeles, almost 3 inches of rain just in the last 24 hours. They've had about 12 to 14 inches of rain in the last 72 hours for some portions of the state. That's about an entire year's worth of rain just in a few days. So they're having massive flooding issues, big landslides everywhere. This showing almost 1.5 inches for Los Angeles. Again, they've had 7 to 12 inches of rain over the last 36 to 72 hours. So they are dealing with some pretty big issues with all of this rain. Snow up in the higher elevations though, so good contributing to the snowpack that'll slowly melt as we get closer and closer to the spring, help with their drought issues out there. But this does nothing to help drought. It just runs off, creates a lot of damage, and kind of messes up that topsoil, which helps keep all those soil nutrients on there, especially in areas where there are burn scars. That's where the biggest flash flooding issues are. So you see 72-hour rainfall forecast, rain beginning to slightly diminish on the west coast, but they are still expecting another inch or two of rain over the next 72 hours. And then Flagstaff, that's kind of where that bullseye of rain is going to move to next, expecting almost 3 inches of rain over the next 72 hours. Another area that doesn't get a ton of precipitation. So a lot of flooding with this atmospheric river event for the southwestern U.S., creating some pretty big issues. Snowfall forecast, see all that snow, Colorado, that's going to move up into the upper Midwest, North Dakota getting some decent snow out of this, Montana and Idaho as well. So if you like to ski or snowboard or have any friends that do, might not be a bad time to get out to the Rockies and do some of that before the season is coming to an end relatively soon. 5-day rain chances, you see that bullseye of rain in the southeastern U.S., where our next system is expected to swing through. That system on the west coast still working its way through the western U.S. and into the Rockies, bringing some decently heavy rain to Arizona, Utah, and portions of Colorado, breaking it down day by day. West Coast rain starts to move out today and into this evening. Wednesday, it'll become just a little bit lighter, and by Thursday, it should move fully off of the West Coast, looking at mainly the upper Midwest for the biggest rain chances on Thursday. Friday, that system will begin to set up in the southeastern U.S. and then really start to ramp up as we get into Saturday and into Sunday. That's all we have for today. If you're interested in learning more about us, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also scan that QR code up above me if you're interested in purchasing a plan, or give us a call at 855-334-4245, email us at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website at www.hailtrace.com for more info. That's it for now. I'm meteorologist Joey Cragness. Thanks for watching.